Hello, my name is Jonathan Caps from Ganymede and Titan, and welcome to another video featuring the Red Dwarf 11 mobile game. So, as you probably know, in the last few days the Samsara content update has landed. I've been actually messing about with it for a few days. This isn't the first look style of the first video we did. I've full disclosure, had a couple of failed recording attempts. However, this is presented a good opportunity to kind of look over some of the more immediate fixes that they've put out since Samsara came out. Game Digits, the developer, have been really quite reactive, and we saw that throughout the 20k release as well. Since our last video was made, in fact, there's been huge game balancing changes, improvements to control systems, like what seemed like rewriting of the way certain systems work, to all in the name of kind of making a better product, and they've been doing really good work with that. So what you'll be seeing here is the latest version of Samsara, and hopefully certain missions that I have but it up against in the last couple of days will kind of make for an easier video, because my intention is to kind of power through the whole lot today. So without further ado, let's go. Just a quick note. I'm running on an emulator and I'm using a mouse rather than my paws. This means some of the minigames are harder as a result, I think. So my struggles might not reflect your struggles. Also, this emulator didn't remember my playthrough of the 20k content, so I had to avail myself of the only example of in-app purchases on this app, which is unlocking episodes earlier than the game intends. So let's say you hadn't completed 20k all the way through and you wanted to play Samsara, then you can pay 99 pence to unlock stuff early. I can't imagine many people doing that, to be honest, but it's a nice concession. I guess you kind of have to have something like that for ongoing revenue, and it's pretty unintrusive really, because if you're playing it normally, as you should be, you're never even going to know it's there. So yeah, let's get going with the skate pod, and let's see if I get the opening cutscene or not. Yes, the opening cutscene. I think this might have picked up from where I last left off when I was testing. Okay, so this is the start of Samsara, and this is the escape pod that Green and what's it are in. Damn it! My first attempt at this video, I forgot their names as well. So as with 20k, there is cutscenes are interspersed in between the gameplay. A lot of dialogue is taken straight from the episode. Any extra dialogue is purportedly written by Doug. So here we go, escape pod. Okay, Rachel and Jim, that'll do. I know the actors' names, just forgot the character names. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay, so I'm holding left click, or putting my finger on the screen to move, and then just swiping left and right. This is pretty cool. So immediately, the updates that I've noticed are if you look on the right hand side, there's a progress indicator to show how far through the stage you are. And speaking of stages, there's only 2 of them this time. When 20k came out, the first game, which was a kind of an asteroid-y style minigame where you had to shoot the asteroids, there was like 4 stages and they were really quite long, so this already seems a lot more forgiving. I do know as well this is how it was on the launch version of Samsara as well, a couple of days ago. This first game, I don't believe, has received any improvements because it hasn't needed any. A big change they made with 20k actually was dotting health packs everywhere. Now, it's something I mentioned would be useful in our first video. In fact, I actually mentioned that these energy balls should regen a little bit of health, but they instead they put dedicated health packs in throughout a lot of the the Twentica games, and that worked really well. Ow. So far I haven't seen any here, maybe because they're not needed, and it would be very wise for Game Digits to not include them if they feel that they're not needed. They feel like, ironically, like a bit of a bandage, and shouldn't really be necessary. I think the difficulty should be balanced enough, and that seems to be the case here, even though I'm doing really, really badly. Oh my god. Dan Tetzel saying we took a big one there. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's not my fault we're way, of course, you fat fuck. Okay. We're 2/3 of the way through. This is good. It's pretty chill. Like an easy way to ease you into the next episode. I do know that the next minigame is very much in that vein, but kind of like the next level, and it's a great deal of fun. So that's that done. Nice. Move on. Okay, this is the start of the episode. It is a bit weird, like seeing dialogue. What's the word I'm looking for? Dialogue kind of represented by these publicity pictures, and I can't quite describe why it's weird, and there's really no other way they could have done it apart from like specially taken pictures, which would have been ridiculous. But like, can you imagine Rimmer saying that line while standing perfectly still in that position with just his lips moving? Okay, I mean, you know this. Nice reference to the end here, actually. There is some decent back references in Samsara. Alright, this is cool. So I've got full degrees of movement here, and some exciting through the tunnel action. Actually, fairly reminiscent of the remastered effort on Body Swap, only this looks better. We've got to navigate our way through this mini-game. Stalactites joke. That's caused some mild controversy on the G&T forum. Okay, so I know from my other playthrough, my other attempt, that this is quite tricky because at the moment it's fine, but I'm going to have to start shooting rocks in a minute. I tell you what, this looks great on a big monitor. Okay. I did it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that did not go well. Now this is another level that actually they haven't resorted to health packs. Which is good, I guess. I want a little bit of... I have no idea how I managed to do that then. The problem is that in order to move, I have to move my mouse off to the left-hand side of the screen. Okay, so I have to... Let's try and explain this. If you were holding your phone, you'd be using your left thumb to move about and your right thumb to tap to fire. I can only do one of those things at once, and I have to move the mouse accordingly. So look, slide left to move, tap right to shoot. So I did do this before. This is possible. I can do this. Wish me luck. Thanks, cat. It's really out of character for you to compliment me like that. Okay, stalagmites, yep. I already knew that system of remembering which were stalagmites or stalactites. I didn't use the Harry Hill system, and I'm not sure where I got that from. Probably school. Not like, you know, in a lesson or anything. Alright, so right and then left. Okay, right, left. Oh, flip. Right. Okay. Thanks, Crichton. Oh, that's bollocks. And the only the other problem is that I have to reset my position when I fire, which is again something that mobile players won't have the same problem. Why am I going the more difficult routes? Okay. God, I hope you saw that. That was great. Yes! Only one stage as well. God, merciful decision. Alright, I think that might be the main sticking point. Okay, so explore Samsara. This, you may recognise this setup because it's the same as the mission where Rimmer has to sneak around the Exponoid's ship. It's the same as Crichton sneaking around in 20s America as well. So pretty similar control system, except you can do this now. You know, you can walk backwards. Woo! Full 360 degrees of movement, which is a blessing, and as I'm sure you will see in a minute, a little bit of a curse as well. Because okay, there. See that? I liken it to, you know, if anyone's ever played Mario Galaxy and the strange gravity that goes on sometimes on the smaller planets that puts you in this infinite loop of going round and round and round. It's a lot like that. That happens occasionally. According to the Mobo, it's like sometimes I just like Doug knows his technology, or at least he knows how to research technology. Sometimes I do feel like he just pulls words out of somewhere and puts them onto a script and hope that it sounds right. Like over the years, Crichton's had more RAM than a field of sheep, that sort of stuff. Okay, this is the security overrides. So this is a nice idea actually. Rimmer having to use his JMC login in order to get onto a JMC ship. It kind of builds it. It didn't make it into the episode. Apparently this is from a deleted scene, but it ties into the Series 10 thing of kind of having JMC being like connective tissue between various things, and this, you know, all these automated computers still being up and running. So secret security questions. I am willing to bet that Doug has had a problem recovering his password from somewhere at some point, and that's why this exists. Who's the person who liked you most at school? How's your acne thicky? I don't know if he liked Rimmer particularly. Actually, no, that is a line, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Okay, someone... Is it Sai? Someone on the forum has got a problem here, and I don't think this was ever mentioned, but this is not the sort of car that Chris Barry would have, but it's exactly the sort of car that Rimmer would have. Skoda Impact. And Uncle Pedophile. So that's nice. In fact, I would have liked to have seen a lot more of that sort of stuff. And now we're basically into it's kind of Rimmer's escape from the Sapionoids, the Exponoids 2.0. There's some advancements to be had here. Obviously, the movement system's better. There's a little bit more variation with the patterns of you know, these various pipes attacking you. some filleting skeletons there. This isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. There is a similar mission a little bit further on, which you will see soon, which no doubt you already know was problematic and that they are fixed in this patch apparently. Again though, no health packs at all. Oh no, oh no. And also, I'm not entirely sure if some of this damage is avoidable or not. I don't think it is. Some of the moving ones, it's like you can't quite get past quick enough. Also, why is Lister sneaking? What, like, maybe he's worried someone will find him. See that? Alright. I think they've made that one easier as well. It definitely feels a little shorter. Okay, so now we're into flashback territory. Time to play cheating simulator. I like Dan Tetzel. He's really good at making you not like him. Here we go. And this feels like maybe it's exactly the same as the last mission, or perhaps exactly the same as Crichton's stealth mission from 20k. Then it's because it kind of is, but it's understandable that they'll be reused. Like, they've got their core mechanics, like it's controlling spaceships. There's the find an item style adventure, clicking style, and then there's this walking around style, and there's variation within that theme, but we're definitely seeing now, oh, you see, I'm going the wrong direction. We're definitely seeing their kind of stable of stuff. Alright, okay, so we need to avoid detection from these guys. As soon as someone sees me, I lose 10% health, maybe 20% health. They've made the stealth a little bit better by giving us a cone of vision, but it's not actually very representative of how far in the distance they can see. It's not like Metal Gear Solid 1 where, like, you would only be seen if you were literally inside a cone. Don't go the wrong way. Now this starts... I'm going the wrong way again. This starts fairly easy. See, look, that guy didn't see me even though I was technically in his line of sight because I was far enough away. I think this is one of the ones where maybe I struggle with the control system a bit, so I won't be too hard on the spinning round thing. But your mileage may vary. The secret here is you got to see which direction they turn around. Because that, see, look, I just made the mistake there. That guy turned around to look directly at me. That guy, okay, so this guy's going to do exactly the same. I've just fucked it up again. Look. Oh no. No, okay, so he turned around away from me, therefore I was able to sneak past. Now originally, this seemed like they'd taken a level that they designed, and that did have some difficulty issues, difficulty spikes. But it seemed like they took that and then kind of pasted it and doubled the length and just gave you the same layout again to do, which I think was something you had to do all in one go as well. And man, was that punishing. It was really punishing, because as soon as you were dead, you had to do the whole thing again, and it's where my first attempt at recording the video completely fell down. Wow, okay, so that bit of dialogue about his squeaky shoes last time was an indication that we'd got to the end, or we're very close to the end. So again, we've got this kind of server bank style layout. Pretty good at this point. Oh shit, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. Fucking boss, look how good I am at this game. You can... Oh shit. Yeah. I deserved that. Still no checkpoints, but... Oh, I see what they've done. So being seen carries less of a health penalty now. It's 10 rather than 20. I'm pretty sure it was 20 before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll just hide my head inside this computer. So that's good. I do wonder... Ow. Right, no, stay hidden. So this is good. You can... The new control system is so much more forgiving when it comes to allowing you to course correct. So if you just need to tweak your hiding position a tiny amount, before it was impossible. Oh no, it's happening again. Before it was impossible because you kind of always had to be moving forward. So if you wanted to just backtrack a tiny amount, you would be screwed. This is it. This is the end. So they've shortened it as well, quite significantly. That is pretty much perfect. Good job. Good job, Game Digits. And now I will have an affair. See, he's having an affair, but he's still conscientious enough to apologise for being late. Yeah, you got a herniated disc, mate. That's what you get for being a prick. You know what? It was quite brave giving us these two protagonists that aren't really that likeable. In fact, I don't think they have any particularly likeable traits other than being fairly normal people. And actually that's quite unusual and quite brave of Doug. He does make some odd decisions sometimes, but often the odd decisions really do pay off, and I think that's what separates geniuses from the rest of us. Even inconsistent geniuses. Okay. This, spoilers, is where I fell down hard. Oh no, hang on, no. This isn't where I fell down. So this is the quiz level. So here we're describing the Karma Drive. Oh yes, of course. So this is... I'm sorry, I do keep drawing parallels with the Twentica content, but it's kind of relevant. But in the Twentica episode, there was the quizzes, the questions you had to answer to get into the club. The way that worked was, first you had to get 3 questions in a row right, then 4, then 5, or something along those lines, up to like there was about 4 rounds, and at the end you had to get 10 questions in a row right, and they kept throwing the same questions at you over and over again. And it was unrefined, let's say, and I don't think that was ever truly... They might have actually tweaked that very recently, now that I think about it, but at the time it was pretty bad. This is much better. It's mainly about just remembering what was said in the episode, which is immediately better, rather than just a general science pop quiz. But basically you are Lister correcting the cat. So Newton sat under trees. It's good. It's a little bit trivial because it's a bit like the ITV This Morning quizzes where there is only one correct answer. Although having said that, I'm probably going to get one wrong by accident now. But it's kind of more like just mildly entertaining rather than challenging. It was an apple that hit him on the head. I mean, people know that even without watching the episode, surely. And then Eureka. Wow, that conversation in the episode had so much potential. It really did. Like it's just the sort of setup that has the potential to be like all-time classic. One of the best scenes ever, because when you really get the characters down to those bare bones, sorry, I'm going on a rant. When you get on those characters down to the bare bones situation like that, it will do one of two things. It will either produce one of the the best situation for a character-based, brilliantly satisfying sort of set of scenes, or it will completely expose underwritten dialogue. And guess which one Samsara did. You can lead a horse to water. You can lead a Doug to a two-hander scene, but you can't make him right marooned. But you know, at least we've got the really great piece of character development that Lister intimately knows the inventor of Formica, or intimately knows what Formica is. So this is wasn't in the episode. This might have been in a deleted scene actually. Ian Game Digits on our forum mentioned that they used a lot of deleted scene stuff from the script, which is a clever idea, and I like it. The problem is it's not obvious that that's the case, and he's had to point it out when people were actually criticising them in writing jokes, and he had to come out and say, no, actually it's Doug's deleted scenes. But it's a nice idea. Everyone's seen Blackadder the Second, so that's pretty easy. Patenting the telephone, not inventing. See, this is where it descends into there can only be one correct answer, and that correct answer is obvious, sort of ITV This Morning sort of level. But that's a nice mix. So you got some trivia about the episode, how much were you paying attention, even though it's fairly obvious what the correct answer is, and then a little bit of kind of general knowledge thrown in at the end there. Nicely paced, doesn't drag on too long. Could have maybe been a tiny bit more challenging, but it's really difficult to get that balance. We're in love. Why don't you leave your respective spouses and get together? Just live happily ever after. Stop pissing everyone around. Yeah, you'll definitely stop seeing each other after this one night. Okay, this... oh shit, this is it. This is where everything fell apart at the weekend. Now this has been made easier, and it's basically a sequence remembering. Okay, moon, checkerboard. I'm not sure how they've made this easier, but I'm assuming it's going to be just shorter. And it's really bad for a Let's Play because I'm not going to be able to talk very much. I might have to cheat even. Oh crap. Okay, halfway there. This is a save point, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to give it one go legit. If I fail once, I'm going to use my phone to record the screen. And it's not going to make very good video. The reason the other one failed is because I didn't want to edit. Okay. Okay. I've forgotten what the last one is. Damn it. Okay, like, it would be unfair on all of you if I was to continue this farce. So, I'm afraid I'm going to record the screen while I record the screen for you. Okay, I'll do this as much as I can myself. The problem with this is it's not fun, really. Okay, that's fine, I can do that. You know, I'm not enjoying this challenge. And it might be because I'm trying to record a video. It might be that it's just not that fun. I'm trying to like visualize a path. Hey. Shit. Okay, this will be it. Hey, I did it completely legitimately. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, this is the last one now. And I have no idea what it is. This is the one minigame that I haven't played yet, so you're taking a journey with me. Okay, so we're describing the the karma drive. And this whole conclusion felt weird at the time. But it's not the worst ending that the series had. Okay, am I going to be escaping, maybe? Okay, so I need to get out very carefully. Weird. How are you going to make a... Okay. Alright. There's Cat with his compliments again. Did he not just listen to the last cutscene? No compliments, no being nice. I remember the way, it is literally a tunnel. This is a little bit faster, I think. I'm just gonna have to take it in some instances. Yeah, cool. Cheers, mate. Good dialogue there, Lister. Thanks. Stop complimenting me. Shit. See, what's interesting? I say interesting, but I kind of already know the result of this. But there's no... Wow, that was really bad. There's no progress indicator. After the first mission, where a progress indicator was added, it's like they forgot about it for the rest. But that has already been pointed out again on our forum. I will link to all this stuff in the description. where it seems that that just hadn't really occurred to them, that almost all the minigames would maybe benefit from that, because it's, if you're struggling, one of the things that kind of keeps you going in a game is seeing at least incremental improvements with your attempts, and with that you'll be able to see, like, oh god, I was so close there, like I was right at the end, let's give this one more go. Whereas if you're not sure how far off the end you are, it can get a little bit more dispiriting, because especially in a game like this where, let's be fair, the length of each individual minigame is not a consistent thing, let's say. Like some of them, especially on launch, were very, very long. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just you need to know. That was pretty good. Damn, I've lost my mouse. Oh! Yeah, this is non-representative footage of actual gameplay, unless you're a fucking idiot and want to play it on an emulator, which I discourage. It looks lovely, it really does, but playing on an playing with a mouse especially is an unwise decision. Luckily this is the last episode, so if I fail and don't complete this, at least I've shown you all the content. Oh, pretty much all of it, which I'm quite pleased about. It was one of my aims for this video, and it's why it's taken a little bit longer to kind of get me into a state where I'll be able to finish it all in a reasonable time frame. So and yet the cat still compliments me, despite the fact that we are running away from a karma drive that punishes nice behaviour. Oh, have I done it? Yes! Jurassic Park. And I've upgraded my ship. To be continued. Finished. Okay, anything more? No, it's starting again. This is the cutscene at the start that actually you didn't see, because well, it's only a small one. Okay. Hello? Hello? It's not letting me quit. That's fine. We'll stay on this picture of the cat as we wrap up the video. More emulator wonkiness there, I think. So there you have it. I did actually... No, okay, there we go. I wanted to go here. So here's your full list of Samsara minigames. Here's a full list of 20 minigames. Okay, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's definitely a drop off, and I think I've been thinking about this. Like, would it be reasonable for us to expect, say, the same amount of content per episode? And I'm going to say no, even though it's tempting to say yes, given that technically speaking, each one of these episodes at the moment is the full price of the app itself. So the app itself is meant to, it does include all the episodes as long as you unlock everything and progress normally, and 99p, because it's at half price still. Apparently only the most hardcore fans that bought it in the first week paid full $1.99 for it. Think of that, or make of that what you will. But everyone else has been getting it for 99p. Every episode technically could be 99p if you wanted a shortcut straight to it. But then some episodes, not all episodes are created equal, so some will probably be a real struggle for them to get any sort of meaningful content out of. They did well here, and even then there's some, like, Explore Samsara and Meet Rachel. Technically the same sort of thing with a few different elements chucked in. Samsara Escape and Escape Pod and Find Samsara. Sorry. Same thing. I mean, literally exactly the same thing. Maybe slightly sped up. A few more obstacles, and all of this is fine. It's just working out what this means for the future, particularly like this episode, the Samsara episode, came out 7 weeks after initial launch, I think. Twainticle launched with the episode. We knew pretty soon after that that would not be the case for every episode. Now, technically, they could have done that if, say, UK TV had commissioned Game Digits early enough. Presumably, that wasn't the case, and they maybe entered production later than would have been ideal, because ideally, really, they should have been releasing episodes as they were released on television. But clearly that's not the case because of perfectly understandable time constraints, and it seems to me like Game Digits will release one episode, like they've just released Samsara, and it seems to me like then they start thinking about give and takes, like they start from scratch again. And so there's some incredibly tight timelines there. This is going to kind of last a fair amount of time, and the longer it lasts, obviously the more money it costs to create the content, and you wonder about whether the money coming in kind of covers that. Like I just worry that this release schedule may be drawn out a little bit by the time we get to the end, and it might actually not be particularly good for anyone. I think maybe UK TV are going to come out of this maybe not with a great deal of sort of business advantage, which is the bottom line at the end of the day. Like I wonder what the situation is with this, really. And it seems to me like if the rest of the episodes are of the similar length or shorter than this one, I think that would be a pretty good indication that maybe timelines are a bit strained. So I'm hoping to see maybe something a little bit more meaty with give and take, maybe one or two different types of minigame thrown in there, certainly more episodes. But again, Samsara was the bottle episode, let's not forget. If this is the bottle episode of the game, then I'm sure we'll be fine, and I enjoyed playing it. And above all, really, the loop of content release, feedback in places like Ganymede and Titan, and the interaction that we're getting from Game Digits, from Ian, who I believe is one of the MDs, as well as a developer, has been really, really encouraging, really good. Like, they're not hiding away, putting out what they can, getting paid by UKTV or whatever, and just doing it. They're putting themselves on the line. They've been really visible, and like God, he is really making himself visible. If people weren't happy, he'd be bearing the brunt of it. And there's a lot of faith. The company clearly has a lot of faith in what they're putting out. They've been very visible, very open, and I think that's exactly the right way to go. So I would encourage everyone watching this, whatever your thoughts on the games, whether you enjoy them or whether you don't, is to take your thoughts, your criticism, post them somewhere where Game Digits are going to see them. And they respond really well to constructive criticism, nice thoughts here and there, encouraging, like, do more of this, do less of this sort of stuff. Get it seen by them, and just know that, it will be noticed. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how things progress throughout the next few weeks. So you can probably count on us being back for give and take, and actually direct request to Game Digits. This is a test of direct action. In your next update, possibly the update which releases the give and take content, if you replace this with an ampersand, I will love you forever, because that is actually the official title of the episode. And as we all know, the initials G and T are the greatest initials in the world. So Update that, and I will love you forever, Ian Game Digits. Okay, and as for the rest of you, I also like you. So until next time, Ed bye everyone. Ed bye.